War 3 of Season 49 with GT40, and I have a super short war. Shout out to Calms the Goat for being a planner of all time and giving me basically nothing. And so you will see that this is my really exciting first section. Lots of fights, very interesting. So we're going to move straight into Section 2, and we are going to be taking Path 3. We have a Hulkling versus Fam and an Onslaught versus Korg. Brother assigned me rank 5 unascended dust for a rank 3 Korg, and I kindly said no and decided to bring Onslaught. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So first I have Hulkling versus Fam. Basically, Fam can glance, and when he glances, he gains an armor up. When I have a Pierce, I will remove his natural native glance, and then if I hit him with an armor up, I will get bled. And so I wait for the armor up to fall off, then I hit for into block for a Pierce, and then he will literally never glance, therefore never gain an armor up, and therefore I will never bleed. That is the theory. So I'm trying to hit into block to maintain everything. Here I could have just SP2'd, and I probably should have. And you do actually see me make a small mistake here. Not quite yet, but it'll come up. So far the fight is basically cooked. I am about to lose my Pierce, and here's where I make the mistake. Here I thought he was blocking, but I didn't do a light, and I hit into him. Even if he had glanced, I would have just had to do the start of the fight again, where I just back off for a little bit, so it's not that big of a deal. Luckily, he just didn't even glance. But yeah, so Hulkling versus Fam, very, very good for that fight, as long as you have a modicum of sense and patience. And then we have a Korg. This is a no-node Korg. He's here just to split up a team. He is rank 3 with energy resist, though, and it's Beowulf, which means he's probably somehow Sig 250. But yeah, so I have an Ascended Onslaught. I've never used Boosted Onslaught before. I have no idea how much damage he's going to do. So I'm just going to kind of go by feel, and if it's wrong, like, tough. So here I'm thinking, okay, I want to maximize his shrug, and hopefully he can keep shrugging, and it'll give me access to that passive stun, so that I can, you know, benefit from that, and I can heavy into the passive stun when he shrugs my parry. But I then remember that it's really easy to heavy counter, so it's not really that deep. And so I kind of shift my game plan here just to trying to keep heavy counters up for the pause and all that fun stuff. Of course, I'd love for rock stacks to go down. And so yeah, just casual heavy counters here, nothing like really that confusing about the fight so far. I do make a mistake here. What I should have done is combo into Relic and then Special 2, but instead I waste a heck of a lot of time, and now I also here I Relic here. That was so stupid. Like, now my special is gonna go into rock stack, which means that it's damage capped, and like he would be dead here if I hadn't done all that stupidness. I basically just beat around the bush like about as much as is humanly possible, and so I waste that. And then beyond that, I'm about to waste my degens too. So here I just give up, and I'm like, I'm just gonna drop my special. It's gonna increase the degen damage and hit hard, and so he does die. So even playing super sub-optimally, I get it done in about 115, 112. And so I'm thinking that if I played that better, to be fair, hadn't ever done it before, but if I played it better, probably a little bit under a minute, maybe 55 seconds. But I only have one more fight left, and that's going to be a Gladiator on one eye open and make a stand. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build up a bunch of my hexes, build a bunch of the tactic prowess, and then I should be good to go. And I'm gonna try not to knock him down before then, so that I can hit into stun. So you're gonna see this, right? So I parry, medium, both hits go into stun, and I take less than 1% damage. And yeah, that's because when he takes 90% damage, I don't really care if he reflects 10% of my base attack at me. Like, oh no, that's like devastating, right? I don't care. So here I drop the special 2. Now I need to be careful about hitting into stun, because he will actually reflect 100% damage, which would be unfortunate for me. So here I just do 1 medium into the stun. Even still, I'm fine on health. And I haven't really phased any hits yet, which is like probably a mistake. So I phased a couple, but not many. So I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional about phasing hits here. And then I just want to go ahead and knock him down, okay? And I might as well heavy here. It probably won't kill, but it'll hopefully be close. So here I just heavy, and he's down to 12%. I should have relicked into heavy, and he probably would have been down closer to like 1 or 2%, if not dead from the relic damage. But anyway, not a hard fight, and that actually concludes my war. So a very, very easy 3-fight war for me. Not much going on, but had a couple cool fights and got to use some cool attackers, so not necessarily mad about that. Okay, I will catch you in the next one. Hopefully I have more fights and maybe some cool ones. Peace.